Okay, I'm going to talk to you about staff picks today. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the staff picks section here, and you'll see that it's divided into a couple bits. We have the list of the current staff, and I took this basically from what was on the old website. It's completely changeable, I'll show you how to do that today. So right here, we're looking at Sam, and I've got a picture of Sam that I took off of your Pinterest site. It's got his name up here, which is clickable. If you click on it, it'll bring you to his page. It's got a sort of description of him. You can put anything here. I've currently got Gilbert and Sullivan there as a sort of filler space, but you can put a short bio or what type of books he likes to read or anything here, and then it's got the books down here. It has his cover of the book, the price, and his actual review. So today I'm going to show you how to change this. Okay, so it's fairly easy. There are two methods that you have to think about. Do you want to add a completely new staff member, or do you want to add a new review to a current staff member? Right now, I'm going to show you how to add a completely new staff member. So you go up to here, and you go to Content, Create Content, Create a Page. It'll take you to the page thing. My internet's been a little bit slow today, so this might take a couple seconds. Okay, and I'm going to create a page for Danielle. You sent me a long list of people that you wanted to add. She was one of the people on the list. Okay, am I spelling that right? I think so. Okay, so I'm going to under the type of page right here, I am going to choose a staff pick. We don't need to do the new and bestsellers since that's for the featured books, but I'm also going to I added this little thing here too. If you want, you choose currently employed. That's so that you can, if you want to keep somebody as a past staff member's reviews, but you don't want to display them. Let's say that Danielle works at the store for 5 years and then gets a job somewhere else. So you would change her status to not employed, and her reviews would then move from the very front page to just being a list somewhere else on the website. They're still, the reviews are still there. They're just not featured. Now, let's say if you want, if Danielle says, "I really don't like my reviews right now. Give me a week or two, and I'm just going to rewrite a whole bunch of them." But she's still employed by the store. Then you would simply go to none selected, and that would take her from the front page. But it would move her away from the front page or any lists that are featured, but she would still exist in the system. And once she's made her changes, just go back to currently employed, and that will feature currently employed features on the very front of the website. Okay, so now in the body of the staff pick, we're going to have to add her picture and a description of like an about me or something she wants to say about herself, a bio, what she's currently reading, whatever. So I'm going to add a picture. Now, since I don't know what Danielle looks like, and she wasn't on the Pinterest page, I'm just going to use a generic picture for her of the Mona Lisa. I'll assume that she looks very Medici-esque. Okay, so I'm going to upload it to the website. I'm going to click on it to successfully transfer it to the image editor. I am going to add a description of, don't need to set the alignment unless you really want to, but for the front page it doesn't do anything. And I'm going to click insert. Okay, so she's there. Now, for the About Me, I'm just going to click here and I'm going to hit enter to add some space at the back, and type About Me. I am going to make it bold. And since I don't know anything about Danielle, I've never met her, I am going to write a generic thing, and I'm going to say, I am wise in the ways of science. Okay. Now, there are some considerations that you might want to think about it at this stage. A lot of people, when they update, a lot of the IndieBound websites, when they update their content here, they don't just type it straight. They'll do it in a word processor first, especially Microsoft Word, and then just cut and paste it into it. The problem with that is that, well, Microsoft likes to add a lot of garbage to their text. They'll put in font tags and they'll put in other stuff. So if you look at the HTML of it, it's fairly clean. You've got these little paragraph statements that have nothing in them and whatnot, some attributes here. But if I were to go in and cut and paste what I just wrote from a Microsoft Word document, which I'm about to do now, I'm going to enter a couple more spaces and paste it in. You'll see that this was the original stuff that I put in. This is everything that Microsoft puts in. It's not horrible, but it's garbage. And the more you the more you keep doing stuff from Microsoft, the more garbage that gets entered into your website, and the more a website starts to look junky. So it's really a disadvantage if you want to do it. So if you're gonna cut and paste stuff, I would recommend going into not a word processor but a text editor. Like Windows comes with Notepad. Macintosh comes with, I think, TextEdit. I can't remember, but there's a whole bunch of text editors that are not full-blown word processors. They don't have a lot of the fonts and the bells and whistles and anything like that. So it's more to your advantage to use one of those. So I'm just going to cut all this stuff out because I don't like it. And I'm going to go back to here. Okay, so we've got a picture and we've got an About Me. I'm going to switch the input format to rich text editing because that's a good habit to get into. I'm going to go to a book list and actually add the book that Danielle reviewed. So Danielle is reviewing Green Eggs and Ham. So I'm going to put the ISBN number for Green Eggs and Ham in there. Now you saw that I can paste in this field. That's because this particular field only takes text. It doesn't look at any other special characters. It only looks at alphanumeric characters. So any of the hidden stuff gets stripped. And I am going to type a review. And that is, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like it. Danielle, I am. Okay. And I'm going to go down here to the comments section, and I'm going to disable the comments so that we don't get completely barraged by spammers. And I'm going to click Save. Okay, so the Danielle sort of page looks like this, and to be honest with you, it's not very attractively formatted. You can do a little bit of tweaking inside the actual page when you were setting it up. Like I could have centered this and centered these things, and that would have made it look a little bit nicer. Or I could have aligned this to the right of the picture, and that would have fixed it up a little bit more inside this. There's not any real sort of auto formatting on the page just because there's so much variation you can do on the page. But if you go onto the front page, scroll down, there she is, Danielle. Oops. Picture of her, a little bit of about me, and her review for Green Eggs and Ham. Again. Now let's imagine that you want to add a review to Danielle. So you'd click on Danielle, click on the name again. She only has one review at the moment. So you click on the word Danielle. This brings it to her page. Click Edit. And to add a staff pick, you just click on Book List. Type in the ISBN number right here. I'm going to use a book called The Autobiography of Red, which is one of my favorite books of poetry. And I am going to type a very simple review saying, this is one of my favorite books of poetry. And we click Save. Go back to the front page. Go to Danielle, and you'll see her picture, Dr. Seuss, and these two dots down here. Each dot represents a book. If she had 10 books, there'd be 10 dots. If she had 20 books, there'd be 20 dots, although I think I'm going to limit it to about 10 books, the most recent 10 staff picks. I'm also going to have it cycling through like it does up here, but I haven't put that in yet. Probably the next day or so. So the different books are here, and you can just read her books, her staff picks.